I got into magic when I was, you know, young kid. And then I got so deep in it, I would dream about it. I'd go to bed and ideas. I'd wake up and literally it felt like I'd been in bed for like 2 minutes, but I had the whole night nothing but magic trick ideas. And then it took me a long time to actually unplug that because I got a bit crazy. But when I was just young, I had this idea of producing a fan of cards from an empty hand. I thought, wouldn't that be cool? So I play with it and play with it. And this is a great example of something you can use only as an opener for a few reasons. First, you need to get the deck of cards, okay? You need to get the deck of cards down into the right hand, okay? In this. Now, I mean, once you start doing magic tricks for people, you're in the middle of a show and you're doing mentalism or coin tricks or whatever, people are going to be watching it pretty closely. So I started doing this just at school years ago, sort of on the offbeat. You'd be hanging out with friends and either out of your jacket pocket, out of your back pocket, at some point, you basically, you know, you're talking, you're hanging out, you just get this out of your back pocket and hold it by your side, okay, and you wait. So it's just at your side, and maybe you're talking with friends, whatever, and you know it's just hanging up by your side. And at some point, you say, "Hey, let me show you something." And they look down here, and I mean, they're immediately going down to your hand. You got to time it. Let me show you something with an invisible deck of cards. And the next thing they know, your right hand comes over, and you fan out this invisible deck of cards, and it suddenly becomes visible. That's the idea. And the tricky part, I mean, it's one thing to have a deck concealed in your hand and then bring your hand over and make it appear. And it's obvious that because there was no natural reason to bring the hand over, this hand was just coming over to drop off the deck. But I figured out that if I already had this loosely held, basically like this, and where you're going to you want to make sure this corner, you want to cover it with the fingers. So this is your grip, and it's by your side. And if you just time it right and you go, boom, let me show you something with an invisible deck of cards, and as soon as you're saying that, the hand is coming over for the perfect excuse to fan out the cards, okay? So if you practice this, like with a whole bunch of the sleight of hand I teach you guys here, in front of the mirror, okay, of coming over. You've got it here. You grab the deck, depending on your, you know, either it's here or it's this corner, depending on the style, or this corner. But you're just coming over, fanning out the cards. And then to take a bit of the edge off the tension of the deposit from the right hand, I do this is my big gesture, the fanning, okay? That's the big gesture. The smaller gesture is quickly turning this over. Well, the right hand doesn't go back to your side quickly or stay in the space, but while the right hand naturally falls back to your side and you just extend for someone to pick a card. Ooh, horrible. It's so there. Okay. I love your tip. Try to do a neat fan, Jay. No, sincerely, good tip. It really is. And of course, I'm shit at them.